Cantu Air Show Sports here with the first trainer to ever lead a Mexican to a heavyweight world championship, Manny Robles. Coach, has it sunk in yet?
Oh, yeah, it's sunk in, man. But we're right back at the gym, you know. We got to keep working. We got other boys that have fights coming up, and they're also counting on me, so I got to be here for them. But man, it hasn't stopped, man. It's been a remarkable roller coaster ride, and yeah, we're still blessed and happy to be here.
For sure, Coach. Now you said it was perfect timing for this fight to happen. Just how everything went down. You guys beat Dimitrenko and then got the call for the heavyweight title. When Andy got hurt and got up, and both fighters started to exchange punches, did you know at that moment that was the perfect, moment for Andy to seize the moment? And when he caught him with that left hook,
it's never over until it's over, really. You know what I mean? I mean, you never a one punch can change a fight or the outcome of a fight. So you obviously you want the best for your fighter one way or another, whether we get the knockout or the decision. But it's never over until it's over. So you can never be you can never be too confident. Obviously, once the referee stopped the fight, then okay, yeah, you jump for joy, you yell, you scream. But before then, you just got to stay focused and keep your eye on the big prize.
Now, most of the people who follow the sport knew that stylistically this was a tough matchup for Joshua because he hadn't seen somebody who was shorter, stockier, with quick hands, and had great timing. Talk about the game plan going into this fight and how Andy was able to execute it against a guy nobody believed he could beat.
Yeah, well, that's exactly what I said before the fight. I mentioned that I compare Andy style-wise. I compare Andy to the great Julio Cesar Chavez, Marco Antonio Barrera, Eric Morales, Oscar Valdez. The same style, you know what I mean? Pressure fighters they have no quit in them. They come forward. They like to fight in close. They like to break down that body. That's what I meant, And so, that's what Anthony Joshua had never faced before in his career, you know what I mean? Never faced anyone like the likes of Andy Ruiz, and we did our best to take advantage of that and come in with a good game plan.
Yeah, and Coach, what does this mean for Mexican boxing, and particularly Mexican heavyweight boxing, now that they see a guy who has actually done it?
Man, first I want to say this. First, there's people out there saying that from the get-go. You know what I mean? They didn't believe in us. They've been, all kinds of people are being negative even after the fact that Andy knocked out Joshua.
Yeah.
Man, Andy's more Mexican than frijoles and tamales and pozole, man. Put together, And so are his parents, you know what I'm saying? So for those of you, and including myself, man, we're Mexican, 100%. You know what I mean? We represent our culture. We represent our raza to the highest and in the most humble way. We love to work. We like to, prove people wrong. And we want to make a change, for the better. Obviously, this is great for Mexican boxing. But this isn't just for Mexican boxing or Mexico in general. This is for all, every ethnicity out there, every culture, every minority, that's in this country, trying to, have a better life and make something of themselves and their families. We're here to work, man. We're here to do good, positive things. I like to think that 99% of us are good people in general, and that, I'm not just saying Mexicans. I'm just talking about Mexicans, but South Americans, Central Americans, people from all walks of life, man. Everybody's got a shot. We should all have a goal. I believe every one of us has a dream, but sometimes, for whatever reason, negativity, maybe people trying to put you down, or maybe people trying to say you can't do it, or you can't do this, or you can't do that. But I believe that we prove everybody wrong. Every single one of us has a story. I got a story. You got a story.
Yep.
We all got a story, man. We all struggle, man. We all go through shit. We all go through different situations, and you gotta endure those type of challenges, man. You You got to be bigger than that. You got to be stronger. You got to have faith. You got to have the willpower. You know what I'm saying? So here we are. So this is for everybody.
Coach, now personally for you, this has got to be super gratifying because of the disappointment of a guys cup, a few guys leaving your gym. Like Dominic Brazil left right before his world title shot against Wilder. So this has got to be so gratifying for you, man. You get Andy Ruiz and just talk about coming full circle within your own personal career.
I don't wish anybody any bad, you know. I don't wish Dominic or anyone else that's left any bad. I'm no one to talk bad about anybody or to criticize anybody or put anybody down, man. I wish everyone the best. Why? Because we all got families to go home to. You know what I'm saying? Everybody, Dominic has his wife and kids he's got to take care of, and there's a life after boxing. Why would I wish the man any bad? I got nothing bad to say about Oscar. Oscar's my friend, Jesse. I saw with Michael Collin in New York. Sometimes you got to make moves. Sometimes you got to make changes. It's life. Nothing personal.
But personally for you, this has got to be gratifying, man.
Man, it feels good, man. But look, I'm in my gym.
Yeah.
I'm busy, man. I got a lot of work, man. It doesn't stop. Now, I got Andy, of course, being the first heavyweight champion of the world, and it's gratifying. But it doesn't stop there. I got you. You've been here before. You see now all the kids that I'm working with, man. They got goals. They got
your
dreams.
son, man. He's been balling too, yo.
And it's my, it's my obligation as a person, as an individual, as a human being. I'm here for a reason, and my God has a plan for every single one of us, and I believe God put me on this earth to do exactly what I'm doing right now. It wasn't gonna be easy. I was gonna go through challenges, but it was up to me not to quit. It's up to me not to throw in the towel. It's up to me to continue moving forward and being here for them. What do I tell these kids if I throw in the towel? What do I tell my own family? What do I tell my wife and my kids? What kind of an example would I be giving them if I said, you know what, I'm gonna quit? I'm teaching them to be quitters just as well. So you're gonna find that from me, brother.
Coach, but Andy's win has got to give a lot more belief to the guys within this gym too. What do you think about that?
I'll tell you what. I think we all have a little bit of Andy in us, right? Because not very little people look like Anthony Joshua, right? But most of us can identify ourselves with someone like Andy Ruiz, right? I think you got a little bit of Andy Ruiz.
Hell yeah,
right?
man.
You know what I'm saying? And so do I, and so does that guy. Well, nobody's perfect, man.
But that boy got hands, though. He got hands, though.
Nobody's perfect, but as long as you believe in yourself, man, as long as you have that heart, and you can't teach this, bro. And in anything in life, in any walk of it, whatever you do, whatever sport you're in, or you're going to school, there's a lot of people that quit. Yeah. I'll be damned if my kids quit going to school. They're out. They don't got a choice. You know what I'm saying? People quit. People quit at work because they throw in the towel because they can't. Stand their situation, or school because it becomes too difficult or too hard, or sports because in boxing, a lot of great fighters quit along the way because now all of a sudden they hit walls or, it's too difficult, it's too hard, no, I don't want to do this, the politics, the bullshit in boxing. I'm an example of that.
That's crazy, Coach.
And here we are.
Your underlining message is to never quit and stay persistent. Absolutely. And it's not so much about you and what you did, but the fact that you stuck to that's what you want the people to know. And
yeah, man.
That's inspiring.
Hey, listen, man. We all got a story to tell. It's just, we're all, there's a reason for you and I to be, and everyone else for us to be here on this earth today. So what are we willing to do? We got to go out there and find that reason. We got to go out there and become better people. Most importantly, become better people, become better individuals, better human beings, and looking out for one another. And all this bullying and shit with Andy, people talking, putting him down, and he's fat, he's this, he's that, he's gonna get knocked out. Just people just looking at
the external.
At the external.
They don't see what's inside.
And they don't see what's inside. And they don't know about his struggles, man. They don't know about what he's been through in life. It's just easy for people to point fingers and to put people down. But that's got to stop. Yeah. And I'm not just talking about Andy. I'm talking about people in general. With all these bullying, all these kids going to school, and they're being bullied and they're being picked on, man. I mean, it's terrible. It's terrible because you guys have no idea what you're doing to these people, man. I mean, we all got kids, man.
Yeah.
I got kids. You might have kids, and Come on, man. You know, it's just like we gotta teach everyone to be. We gotta teach them tolerance. Most importantly, we gotta be able to. We have to be tolerant to one another and just respect one another. Respect each and everyone's, religion, culture. It doesn't matter what part of the world you're from, man. It's all about just, this is a very inspirational story. The one Andy situation that is, and it's an inspiring story where anything in life is possible. It doesn't matter what walk of life or where you come from. What matters is what's in you. What's in your heart.
Coach, a couple more things now. It's interesting because you guys just won, and you have a message that you want to send out, like that has societal and community effect. That's crazy. Now, and you're going to get that opportunity with the platform and the responsibility of being a heavyweight champion trainer. That's crazy, and you just have so much to say. But so I want to just touch on a couple things. Stephen A. Smith kind of criticized Andy for being pudgy. Obviously, a guy who was talking out of context, doesn't really know boxing.
Not only that, I heard another comment from that's why I said what I said in the beginning about Andy Ruiz being Mexican. He is. I mean, dude, and what is it, Giovanni Dos Santos, if I'm not mistaken. My son told me, the soccer player, man. Like,
what do you
he
say?
ain't Mexican. His mama's white. I go, what the hell is this guy talking about, bro?
They're hating, man.
Oh my God!
You can't take that away from what Andy did, though. But Stephen A.
I know, right?
I mean, and then Canelo came to
That's right.
Andy's defense.
Yeah.
The greatness that he displayed that night.
Wow.
One of those moments I'll always remember where I was. I put a $10 bet for Andy to win. I got paid out. Let's go.
That's cool.
But last thing, Coach, there was just breaking news that Anthony Joshua and his team are going to exercise the rematch clause. It just came out. What are your thoughts on the rematch potentially for November or December in Great Britain?
Man, I stay in my lane, brother. My job is to get my fighter ready. It's up to both teams, both parties. In this case, Al Heyman and Eddie Hearn, PBC Matchroom Boxing, to really sit down and work something out and decide what's next. If that's what they want, then I'm all for it. But again, it's not my decision.
That's fine. Yeah, obviously, from a business standpoint, you want to touch on, but from a rematch perspective, from the dynamics of a rematch.
Rematch, no problem. I'll tell you what. Look, we fought in New York. We'll fight in Great Britain. I mean, New York. 99% of the people there were pro Anthony Joshua. So what's the difference? You know what I'm saying? We go to Great Britain, it's going to be the same thing all over again. You know what I'm saying? We might have picked up a few British fans here and there, but don't matter, man. El que es cabrón donde quiera es verde.
Let's go. Hey, I appreciate the time, Coach. Thank you so much. It's just being a part of this thing, and Mexican myself. I just feel proud, man, to say that y'all did it, and it's very inspiring, and we're just all proud, man. We're really proud of you,
man.
Andy.
This is again, as I said, man. I'm extremely proud of myself, and but the most important thing is in here. The most important thing for me is to stay grounded. That's how we always brought up. My dad, my parents, is how they brought me up. Man, is to keep working hard, stay grounded, stay focused, stay in one place, man.
Don't get
stay
too
humble.
big-headed,
Stay humble.
it's easy when you're in that position.
Absolutely, stay humble. I've been here before. I've been through a lot of ups and downs in my personal life, where you know what I'm saying. That when you're on top, man, everybody wants that, man. Everybody's
you're the man for the position,
bottom,
Coach.
So I'm cool, man. I'm not gonna change, and we shouldn't expect people to change for anything. A bout doesn't make you. A bout doesn't make the person the individual. You know what I'm saying? Money don't make you. You know what I mean? What makes you is here, what you have on the inside, principles, man. You know what I mean? You gotta have integrity in life. Very important. A man without integrity is not a man, dude.